ALT MUKASHI, Kaguya-hime.
Hello, I'm Kuroneko Osho. Didn't you ever wonder as a child? Why did Princess Kaguya demand seemingly impossible items from 5 men? Why did she ultimately return to the moon? And why did even the Emperor become obsessed with her? Taking the mysterious action of burning the elixir of immortality, perhaps hidden within the tail of the bamboo cutter, we know lies a completely different story secret diplomacy between extraterrestrial civilization and ancient Japan. When we re-examine the tale of the bamboo cutter, believed to have been written in the early Heian period, from a different angle intriguing descriptions emerge. When they clothed her in the celestial garment, her feelings of love and sadness for the old man vanished. This passage might possibly contain records of advanced mental manipulation technology. What if Princess Kaguya was a reconnaissance mission by extraterrestrial intelligent life? What if the 5 impossible tasks were psychological warfare, designed to expose the weaknesses of the era's power holders? What if the elixir of immortality was the product of real advanced technology?
In ALT MUKASHI, we explore such hidden possibilities in old tales. If you want to re-examine history from new angles, please subscribe to our channel. Now, let's explore together the mysteries of space diplomacy that have continued from the Heian period to the present day. Chapter 1, Synopsis of the Original.
First, let's review the generally known flow of the tale of the bamboo cutter. When the bamboo cutter Takatori no Okina cuts a glowing bamboo, a beautiful woman the size of a palm appears. The old man names her Nayotake no Kaguya-hime and raises her with great care. Kaguya Queen grows into a beautiful woman in about 3 months, and her beauty becomes known throughout the capital. Eventually, 5 men come to court her Prince Ishitsukuri, Prince Kuramochi, Minister Abe, Major Counselor Otomo, and Middle Counselor Isonokami. Kaguya-hime gives them impossible tasks. Prince Ishitsukuri must bring Buddha's stone bowl, Prince Kuramochi, the jeweled branch of Horai, Minister Abe the Fire Rat's robe, Major Counselor Otomo, the dragon's neck jewel, and Middle Counselor Isonokami, the cowrie shell of a swallow. However, all the suitors either bring fakes or fail to obtain the items. Prince Ishitsukuri brings a fake bowl. Prince Kuramochi has craftsmen make a fake branch. Minister Abe is deceived by Tang merchants with a counterfeit Major Counselor. Otomo loses the jewel in a storm, and Middle Counselor Isonokami falls from a swallow's nest and is seriously injured. Later, the Emperor himself courts Kaguya Queen. She reveals that she is from the Moon World and must eventually return there. Finally, messengers from the moon arrive. Kaguya-hime is clothed in celestial garments, leaves the elixir of immortality for the Emperor, and returns to the Moon World. The Emperor, in his grief, burns the medicine on Mount Fuji, which is why the mountain came to be called the Mountain of Immortality, Fuji no Yama. At first glance, this appears to be a romance between a supernatural beauty and powerful men. However, when we analyze this story from a modern perspective, a completely different truth might be hidden. Particularly noteworthy are the nature of the 5 items Kaguya Queen demanded, and the description of her final return. These may contain numerous elements suggesting advanced technology, incomprehensible to people of that time, or contact with extraterrestrial civilization.
Chapter 2, Historical Background and Analysis.
The early Heian period, that is, the 9th to 10th centuries, was actually an era when numerous records of astronomical phenomena were preserved in Japan. In historical records like Nihon Sandai Jitsuroku and Nihon Kiryaku, unusual celestial phenomena called guest stars, hyakusei, and demon stars, yusei, frequently appear. When we cross-reference these records with modern astronomy, while some can be confirmed as supernovae, explosions, or comet approaches, others remain unexplained even today. Particularly interesting is a record from Fusu Reiki from the 11th year of Jogan 869. A strange star appeared in the sky. Its color was blue-white, and it seemed to move at times. This description bears striking resemblance to modern UFO sighting reports. Furthermore, similar celestial phenomena are recorded in Chinese historical documents, like Old Book of Tang from the same period, suggesting abnormal phenomena were observed throughout East Asia. Moreover, when we conduct archaeological and textual analysis of the 5 items Kaguya Queen demanded, fascinating facts emerge. First, Buddha's stone bowl was supposedly the begging bowl of Buddha, a sacred relic transmitted from India through China to Japan. However, in Japan of that time, such precious Buddhist relics could only be obtained through state-level diplomatic transactions. In other words, Kaguya Queen was essentially demanding that Prince Ishitsukuri succeed in international diplomatic negotiations. Regarding the jeweled branch of Horai, this was a treasure from Mount Horai, the realm of immortality in Chinese Taoism. In Taoist worldview, Mount Horai was considered an other world beyond the seas. From a modern perspective, this could be interpreted as a demand for material samples from other planets. Indeed, recent space science has revealed that extraterrestrial materials, like meteorites, have been worshipped as gifts from heaven since ancient times. The fire rat's robe was supposedly clothing, made from special fibers that wouldn't burn in fire. While impossible with the technology of that time, modern materials like asbestos and carbon fiber exist today with excellent fire-resistant properties. Perhaps Kaguya-hime possessed advanced materials engineering knowledge, incomprehensible to people of that era. Regarding the dragon's neck jewel in ancient China, dragons were symbols of imperial power. This demand might have been a political challenge. Obtain emperor-level power, and the swallow's cowrie shell required risking one's life to obtain. Considering all of these together, Kaguya Queen's demands might not have been mere impossible tasks, but calculated tests based on precise analysis of the power structures and technological limitations of the time. Even more noteworthy is her relationship with the emperor. The emperor of that time was considered a living god, Arahitogami, as a direct descendant of Amaterasu Omikami. That such a being would become obsessed with a mere woman born from bamboo and ultimately burn the medicine. She left suggests that some important negotiation might have taken place between extraterrestrial civilization and Earth's highest authority, as government agencies increasingly declassify documents about unidentified aerial phenomena. UAP movements to re-examine abnormal phenomena recorded in ancient texts are emerging. The possibility that the events depicted in the tale of the bamboo cutter might be humanity's oldest record of a close encounter of the third kind may not be such a far-fetched story after all.
Chapter 3: Reconstruction from a Hidden Perspective.
Now, based on our analysis so far, let's reconstruct Kaguya-hime's story from a completely different angle. An agent dispatched to Earth as an envoy from the moon world that might have been Kaguya Queen's true identity. Her mission was detailed investigation of Earth's civilization level and political structure, and contact with Earth's highest authority. The glowing bamboo discovered by the bamboo cutter might have been something like a landing capsule. Even in modern UFO sighting reports, glowing cylindrical objects are frequently reported. What the old man witnessed might have been a spacecraft miniaturized with advanced technology. Kaguya Queen's rapid growth can also be explained from the perspective of modern science and technology. Using genetic manipulation and growth acceleration techniques, rapid physical maturation is theoretically possible. Her supernatural beauty could also have been the product of advanced medical and cosmetic technology. The impossible tasks for the 5 suitors might actually have been psychological warfare, designed to analyze Earth's power holders' abilities and characters in detail. They were testing different domains of capability: Prince Ishitsukuri for religious authority, Prince Kuramochi for international trade capacity, Minister Abe for military technology procurement, Major Counselor Otomo for political ambition and execution, and Middle Counselor Isonokami for action regardless of danger. Interestingly, all 5 failed. Prince Ishikuri tried to deceive with a fake. Prince Kuramochi had craftsmen create counterfeits. Minister Abe was deceived by merchants. Major Counselor Otomo gave up midway, and Middle Counselor Isonokami risked his life and failed. From these results, Kaguya Queen might have confirmed that Japan's power holders at the time were technologically immature, ethically problematic, and lacking international negotiation capabilities. Regarding her relationship with the Emperor, even more complex political intentions might be hidden. Kaguya Queen revealed her true identity only to the Emperor. This might have been official diplomatic contact with Earth's highest authority. Leaving the elixir of immortality might not have been merely a parting gift, but a sample showing the possibility of future negotiations. However, the Emperor burning the medicine might have been a rejection of negotiations from Earth's side. Ancient Japan, while accepting cultural and technological influences from foreign countries, strongly oriented toward political independence. The Emperor's action might have been a clear message. Technological benefits are attractive, but political subordination is unacceptable. Further attention should be paid to the description of Kaguya Queen returning to the Moon World. When they clothed her in the celestial garment, her feelings of love and sadness for the old man vanished. This description might indicate not merely a change of heart, but some technological manipulation involving memory erasure or emotional control. Modern neuroscience knows that specific memories and emotions can be manipulated through drugs or electrical stimulation. Kaguya Queen having her Earth experiences erased might have been for security, purposes either to prevent investigation results from leaking to her home country or to ensure she wouldn't want to remain on Earth. Viewed this way, the tale of the bamboo cutter emerges as possibly a record of ancient first contact, and simultaneously a report on Earth civilization's qualification assessment. As a result, Earth at that time was judged unsuitable for technology transfer, and full-scale exchange was postponed. That might be the true story behind this tale.
Chapter 4: Tactical Incident Simulation.
Now, let's simulate in detail how Kaguya Queen's operation unfolded, comparing it with modern intelligence activities.
Phase 1: Infiltration and Foundation Building.
First, Kaguya Queen infiltrated Earth society in the safest and least conspicuous way. She chose the bamboo cutter, someone distant from the power center but holding some social status as her guardian. This is the same method modern intelligence agents use to construct cover stories. The old man's social position, cutting and selling. Bamboo provided regular access to mountainous areas while giving a pretext to discover unusual things. Without suspicion, perhaps Kaguya Queen's landing wasn't accidental, but planned based on prior investigation.
Phase 2: Information Gathering and Social Status Establishment.
The rapid growth in 3 months might have been aimed at early integration into Earth society. The concentration of attention through beauty provided an excellent opportunity to naturally attract power holders and observe their behavioral patterns. Modern psychology studies the neuroscience of beauty, how beautiful faces and bodies affect the human brain. Kaguya Queen's supernatural beauty might have been scientifically designed to effectively stimulate Earth humans' brain reward systems, allowing her to attract target power holders at will.
Phase 3: Power Holder Analysis, Test, Execution.
The 5 impossible tasks were cleverly designed aptitude tests, testing different capability domains. Let's analyze each suitor's response in detail. Prince Ishizukuri's fake offering was a test measuring attitude toward religious, authority determining whether he possessed true Buddhist spirituality or was merely a superficial authoritarian. The result was the latter. Prince Kuramochi's use of craftsmen evaluated approach to technological innovation, whether he truly had the ability to open overseas trade routes or would rely on domestic imitation. The results showed lack of technological independence. Minister Abe being deceived by merchants was a test of judgment in international commerce. Procuring the fire rat's robe related to military technology might have been an important defense capability assessment. His failure exposed military vulnerability. Major Counselor Otomo's abandonment measured persistence when facing difficulties. By seeking the dragon's neck jewel, a political symbol, they tested his political ambition and execution ability. The result was revealed in an unexpected way. Middle Counselor Isonokami's injury was a test of action regardless of danger, but also evaluated risk management ability. His failure showed courage but lack of planning.
Phase 4. Direct contact with the highest authority.
The relationship with the Emperor was the final stage of this operation. Based on analysis results from the 5 nobles, Kaguya Queen attempted direct dialogue with the person at the apex of Earth's political system. Here, for the first time, she revealed her true identity. Giving the elixir of immortality to the Emperor was a final test presenting the possibility of technology transfer. Whether to accept or reject this medicine would determine Earth civilization's future direction.
Phase 5. Withdrawal and reporting.
When the Emperor burned the medicine, Earth's final intention became clear: technological assistance unnecessary. Maintain political independence. Receiving this judgment, Kaguya Queen's mission was complete. The timing of the moon's messengers wasn't coincidental either. Probably, Kaguya Queen maintained regular communication with her home country, reporting investigation results and receiving withdrawal instructions. Memory manipulation by the celestial garment might have been the final means of maintaining secrecy. Analyzed this way, the tale of the bamboo cutter might be a record of an extremely sophisticated intelligence operation, and simultaneously a result report of ancient Japan's civilization assessment. As a result, Earth was judged still too early for full-scale contact.
Chapter 5, Reinterpreting the Lessons.
Now, let's consider what this tale of the bamboo cutter, viewed from this new perspective, teaches us in modern times. First, we should note the exposure of power holders' essential weaknesses. All 5 suitors were the highest-ranking nobles in Japan at the time. However, Kaguya Queen's tests revealed their fundamental problems: dependence on technology, ethical issues, lack of international awareness, insufficient persistence, and poor risk management. Aren't these problems commonly seen in modern political leaders and corporate executives? Particularly interesting is the dependence on disguise and deception. Prince Ishisukuri and Prince Kuramochi trying to respond with fakes could be seen as prototypes of modern fake news and information manipulation. The attitude of trying to solve problems through superficial appearances rather than true ability or sincerity is a phenomenon frequently seen in modern social media society. Vulnerability in international negotiations is also an important lesson. Minister Abe being deceived by Tang merchants closely resembles modern international trade fraud and technology transfer issues, especially regarding military and advanced technology procurement. The risk of being deceived by not understanding the other party's true intentions remains a serious security challenge today. Even more serious is the attitude toward true technological innovation. All the suitors tried to solve problems within existing frameworks. None deeply explored why such items were necessary or what technological principles they were based on. This might be the same problem as the lack of innovation in modern society. The same structure that existed in the Heian period can be seen in modern AI technology, space development, and biotechnology fields, where many countries and companies tend to rely on combinations of existing technologies or imitation of others' achievements. The Emperor's actions allow for even more complex interpretation. Burning the elixir of immortality might seem like a foolish act. However, from the perspective of maintaining political independence, this might have been an extremely wise decision. Even today, there's the problem of technological colonization, where political and economic subordination is forced in exchange for introducing advanced technology. The Emperor's judgment might demonstrate an important principle in modern international relations, prioritizing long-term independence over short-term benefits. On the other hand, there's also the problem of communication limitations. There seemed to be fundamental misunderstanding between Kaguya Queen and Earth. She tried to evaluate Earth civilization, but Earth couldn't understand her true intentions. This is a problem frequently seen in modern international relations and intercultural exchange. Communication is extremely difficult, especially when there are technological gaps. Even today, there are often serious understanding gaps between AI engineers and ordinary citizens, scientists and politicians developed in developing countries. Kaguya Queen's story might show the prototype of such communication failure due to differences in civilization levels. Even more important is the danger of chosen one consciousness. In modern society, those with technological advantages tend to look down on others as backward or inferior. However, looking at Kaguya Queen's story, we can see that the side with advanced civilization also had problems. They might have tried to impose one-sided evaluation standards without understanding Earth civilization's uniqueness and value. This lesson connects to modern globalization problems, the same structure, where technologically and economically superior countries or organizations unilaterally demand modernization or efficiency from regions with different values and cultures. Finally, there's the modern problem of memory and emotion manipulation. The description of Kaguya Queen apparently having her memory erased at the end might foreshadow modern media manipulation and information control problems. The danger of those with power or technology intentionally manipulating others' memories and emotions has become a realistic threat with the development of social media and AI technology.
Chapter 6: Summary and Call to Action.
How will you receive this extraterrestrial civilization contact theory tonight? The possibilities that emerge from Kaguya Queen's story, the exposure of power holders' essential weaknesses, political maneuvering around technology transfer, and communication failure due to differences in civilization levels. Do you notice how remarkably these align with serious problems in modern society? Now that you know these possibilities, can you still think of Kaguya-hime as merely a fairy tale beauty? And can you definitively say the same thing isn't happening with modern UAP? Unidentified aerial phenomena sighting reports and government declassified documents. In fact, recent U.S. Department of Defense reports officially acknowledge the existence of objects, showing flight characteristics difficult to explain by conventional physical laws. There might be some continuity between these phenomena and the strange stars appearing in the sky recorded in ancient Japan. If extraterrestrial civilization were to conduct another evaluation, would we modern humans receive a passing grade? While we've advanced tremendously technologically, we still face essentially the same problems as high-end period power holders: environmental destruction, widening inequality, and rampant information manipulation. However, unlike ancient people, we have opportunities to choose. We can have the courage to pursue truth, see through power's deceptions, and pursue true innovation. If you've begun questioning conventional wisdom through this Kaguya Queen analysis, if you want to know more hidden historical truths, please subscribe to our channel. And if you notice any modern Kaguya Queen phenomena around you, please share them in the comments. Sudden appearances of inexplicably beautiful people, inexplicable actions by power holders, government information cover-ups. These might be the beginning of new space diplomacy. Let's meet again next time with everyone who has the courage to pursue truth. ALT MUKASHI supports your courage to question what's normal. This was Kuroneko Osho. The truth of history is always hidden beyond stories.